Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. Let's get our microphone a little bit closer. We have a question from YouTube user Indiana Jones, longtime viewer of the channel. Indiana Jones asked us, can you do anything with a right to sue letter once your 90 days are up? I'm thinking no, but I was raised to believe a closed mouth doesn't get fed. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. Exactly. So yeah, thanks in advance and congrats. I don't know what you congratulated me for, but thank you, probably. Okay. So, quick context. Indiana Jones is referencing the right to sue letter, I believe, issued by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, a federal agency which adjudicates workplace discrimination and workplace sexual harassment cases, and generally, in like 98 or 99% of cases, just issues a right to sue letter. That right to sue letter gives you then access to file a federal litigation for your workplace discrimination or your workplace sexual harassment claims in federal court. If you think it's wild that you're only given 90 days to get a case filed in federal court from when the EEOC issues your right to sue letter to when you must actually be filed by, you're correct. It is meant specifically to trip up claimants, to make their lives hard, and to give employers a good chance to knock out claims. That's just the reality of it. It is a very, very, very tight deadline. Which is probably why Indiana Jones is asking us, hey, can I still file something if I blew my 90-day statute of limitations? And I'm not going to tell you never, because you never, there could be some judge somewhere or some special circumstance or some arbitrator who might do something funny and let you file something late. It could happen. It could. I'm sure it has. But generally speaking, an EEOC statute of limitations that runs out on a right to sue letter will be a huge problem for your federal claims. Pay attention to how I said that. Will be a huge problem for your federal claims only. Now, there are some federal claims that don't require a right to sue letter. Those are separate. We're gonna separate those out. And there are state law claims that don't require, and local law claims potentially as well, that don't require this right to sue letter. This is for, the right to sue letter applies to a set number of claims that would pass specifically through the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission first before they could then be filed in federal court. You might say, that sounds complex and it sounds like the EEOC serves no purpose. And that's an argument you could make that, listen, I don't fully agree. I think the EEOC serves a purpose in terms of getting my clients some free discovery and a way to settle a bunch of claims that don't have to get filed publicly. Like, there's some advantage to the EEOC, but I can see your argument. The EEOC as an agency doesn't do a lot. If you have counsel while you're in the EEOC, I think there's a lot that can be done, but generally speaking, the EEOC may not itself, its own staff, do a great deal for claimants. I agree with some of that criticism. And listen, not all EEOC personnel are created equal. Some are amazing, some less so, right? So, Indy, listen, is it theoretically possible that you might be able to file those specific federal claims that pen through the EEOC after your 90-day window has expired? I can't tell you never. I can tell you incredibly unlikely, incredibly difficult, but I can't tell you never. The more useful thing I can tell you is, hey, look at those other federal claims. Look at your state law claims. Look at your local law claims. You may have additional claims that are viable that can be filed. And listen, I don't know if they can go in federal court, if they got to go in state court now, right? Like, that's a big question. You're going to have to speak to your attorney and have a conversation about where this case should be filed now. But it's a lot better than your case being dead on arrival because you blew your statute of limitations for your EEOC right to sue letter, right? I don't want your case to be DOA. I want it to be viable and valuable and make you whole. I want you to get paid for what was done to you. So, very, very likely, if you blew your statute of limitations on that EEOC right to sue letter, those claims may be extinguished. It is highly, highly likely those claims will then be extinguished. and that you will not then be allowed to pursue those specific claims that would have gone through the EEOC. But don't be discouraged. Again, state and local law claims, in some cases, even some other federal law claims, they can still get you in federal court. Talk to local counsel, investigate your options, don't leave money on the table. And Indiana Jones, you're so right. You got to ask the question, you get the answer. I hope this answer provided you some value. I wish you luck and success, and I hope you are made whole and that you get paid. If this was helpful, like, subscribe, comment down below, share the channel so it can grow. Take care, everyone.